Hello again, this is Duckson1. We're back at it, and we're going to go ahead and get back into the mechanical mayhem
The
of
enemy has
Gundam
been severely
Crossfire,
weakened by
or
the loss
Target
of
in
their
Sight.
force.
And we're going to do our best to take down as many of these mobile suits as we can with this terrible gun tank.
Battle preparations complete. Begin all-out attack on base on the other shore. Commence operation. No! No! Ah! Communication from the commander.
Now, this one, that
This
we have a
mission is
lot of,
remaining unhit.
I think it's
We're
Gogs,
counting on the
and
base team that took the northern base
I
to
don't
lead us
remember
to
playing,
victory.
fighting any ag guys in this one, or ag guys, or whatever they are, the little turtle, teddy bear guys. But for the most part, I think that we are just doing the Gogs and Zaku's, and I think a few Goofs in this one. Yeah, here's a Goof right here. And I've kind of developed a bit of a strategy, and that is to uh, go up to them enough to where it triggers them to pull out a sword and just book it backwards. Just get away from them, because they will kill you like super quick. Uh, and the only thing I have really going for me on this mobile suit is my main cannon and the two arms. And if I lose the arms, that main cannon ain't gonna do much for me. As you can see, there's the Gogs down there in the distance. Um, I'm kind of going back and forth between, uh, God, I don't know what is with the AI, but they like to either get in front of you or bump you when you're aiming. See, that bumped me again. Like, get out of my way! I'm trying to do something. Hey, I think we're actually starting to get the hang of the gun tanks. It's not a great mobile suit, but it's not good. I mean, either way I put it, I'm like, it's not that great. But for this playthrough, if this was the real, like, real world, and we were a grunt, we just like, okay, you got assigned to the gun tank, and it's good luck. You know what I mean? This is, I guess, how we would have to try to fight. Do the best we can with what we have, and try not to die. Um, it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I might continue doing playthroughs with the terrible grunts. Like, I think the next one we get through, it'll be on hard difficulty, because every playthrough you go, the difficulty goes up. So I think next time we'll go ahead and try a Zaku 1 and see how far we can go. The problem is Zaku 1 doesn't have much except for the machine gun, so we may have to do a lot of melee. So I think that'd be really fun. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to like add a little bit more of my personality with the pixel art, with the little pixel duck, um, me in the cockpit. I thought it'd be kind of fun if I can make this little animation that'll kind of follow us, add a little bit more to it, where it's more interesting and appealing to you as the viewer. I think it'd be really neat to just put them in here and let them uh, live in this little world, kind of like we're there, or I'm there. You know what I mean? And I sorry about me driving around in circles right here, because for some reason I couldn't trigger the trigger the ammo to come back up. See, it's not popping back up. So I'm like trying to find out who's coming, how far back I got, and how much time I have. So I'm like here going around in circles trying to get it to pop back up to reload ammo. It's frustrating. There we go. Finally got the supply. And you notice I got my little duck. He's down there reading a book while we're waiting for the supply to get done.
How's your ammo? Resupply preparations complete.
I thought it was a cute little animation that I threw together, and something to be visually appealing. Plus, I made it to where it's more reactive because, like at the top, you could see that the mobile suit has damage. I thought if I could reflect that into him, um, it'd be more interesting visually.
Supply unit. Radio us if you need more ammunition.
Come on, go down.
The
There
enemy
we
is closing
go.
in on the north. Understood.
Hey, that Gundam came in clutch on that. You see that? Because I guess it's a good thing to give them the beam rifles because they don't do a lot most of the time. But if you can get them to uh, get those beam rifles, it seems like they're a little bit more conservative on their ammo. When you give them a machine gun, they just go nuts. I'm trying to aim, but I'm on incline or decline. Um, so you kind of slide. I guess in the Universal Century world, they don't or universe whatever. They don't have parking brakes. You just keep sliding. And really, once you learn how much damage that the gun tank can kind of handle, you you just have to just bear it. Let it happen. Get hit a few times and just suffer the few shots because you really got to force them to either remain still, um, stagger them so they will stop moving, or get lucky like that. You get the gun to fire on him so he freezes. But uh, once those two rounds come from our main battery, hits them, we're like good. They usually knocks them out within one or two shots.
Energy
Let's see,
dropping. Quit messing around.
I missed. So you got to get them to stop moving. There we go. See,
Bastard. Oh!
as before, it is super satisfying to to play a game with like the really bad mobile suits and then finally get to see them wipe out some people, and you're not just like getting destroyed, but you have to like really learn the mobile suit, which is kind of interesting. Uh, just that aspect, usually it's just like jump into something that's super mobile and just decimate everything because it's relatively easy with something that's fast enough or has good weapons. This, when you have to really struggle, it makes it fun.
Bastard. Get away. Dang it.
Let's see, there's some more up there. Those little ones that are on my arms are like I think bot missile pad or bot, yeah, bot missiles or whatever. Um, I'm not sure what the acronym stands for, to be honest. Um, but I wish they were like a machine gun, to be honest, because they're a bit slow, and the spray. I mean, it is like super accurate, but when you're dealing with tanks or flying machines, it's hard to get a good beat on it. That's why you saw me before doing like thrusting really hard to try to get up into the air high enough to take them out. I don't know if anybody like sees this. I wonder if I should like do these recordings as though I was in character, like in this world, or I should just continue with like conversational dialogue. Which conversational dialogue is really easy, but
Critical. What the hell?
I don't want to make The video's so corny that you're just like cringing, you know? And plus, you'd have to like maybe have another. I'd have to have like another voice actor to voice actor some of the parts, like making them have the parts of the NPCs or something.
All units,
I don't know.
it looks like the enemy has had enough. The
We'll
mission
figure it
was a
out by the time
success.
we do the Zaku
We are
playthrough. Either
victorious.
I'll do make a character and we'll play as a character, uh, or we may just continue doing the dialogue stuff. I mean, the dialogue stuff's a little easier, but the only issue with it is being entertaining, and I'm not like in with I have people to talk to. I could, I'll talk your ear off all day, just chat all day. But when I'm by myself, it's kind of like trying to
Commencing
find something to say.
diversionary operation. Draw the enemy away from their base. Destroy as many as
I
possible
think
to
I
wear
really
them
like
down.
this mission just because
Your mission
there's so
starts
much
with the fight to
distance,
the last
and the
man.
gun tank is like perfect for distance. Like you'll see here in a moment, the rounds just like hammering these guys from long distance, and they're it's so far away that
To the
the
left.
AI
Throw
doesn't
me a punch of
register that they're getting hit until it's
There's
over.
no way I'm
So
dying.
it
I'll
really is
make it
helpful.
through. Hold out for the operation time. Come back alive.
But it kind of
Go
shows you
on.
like if
Fight
this
me.
was like the real
Fight
world,
with me.
and let's say these
So that's
mobile
the
suits are
deal, huh?
stationed here and there's
Time to
nobody
get
in them,
things up then.
or if the person that's in them is like not paying attention, or they're just stationed there to kind of like as like car duty kind of thing, and four or five of these gun tanks just popped up, you would be able to decimate. Like you would just, as you see, like I already took this guy's arms off with just the bot missiles. So it's like if you had like four or five gun tanks just lobbing shells downrange, you could really decimate a lot of these mobile suits, even if they're not like really good hand-to-hand fighters. Like watch that. So I mean that's straight shot. Boom, perfect. They don't even pay attention to the Zaku walking, well, the goof walking past with no arms. Finally, they woke up.
Your maker.
The only thing is, it seems like the distance does reduce some of the damage. I guess because it loses velocity after a certain amount of time. So it looks like I mean when they coded this game, they did pretty well with like the physics of these mobile suits and the physics of the rounds. Like you'll see the bullet drop after a certain distance, and the power seems to be reduced. I mean, they did really good at designing this. I mean, you see the flaws with like the reload spots, and I wish the gun tanks were a little bit faster, but I mean they are kind of gun tanks, so. But it kind of makes me want to look up the how fast were the gun tanks? I mean, compared to the Gundam, because I know they said the Gundam can I think can run like 50 something miles in an hour or something, or 60 miles an hour. I mean, it can move fast. Or I might be off. I don't know. I remember it's like a ridiculous amount. Like they can run. That's how Armoro was able to get around so much after he left the White Base. Because when he had deserted, because he just got sick of everything, being a child soldier and everything, uh, unwilling child soldier really. Uh, he took off with the Gundam, and that's where he met Ramba Raw and all them. And it kind of showed you that like the Zeons weren't all bad. It's just they were forced into a war of, and everybody's kind of forced into wars. To be honest, it's kind of sad.
Get away.
But we all have different politics and ideologies, and that clashes a lot, I guess. If everybody was content with
Target
just
rebel.
going to work and come home, the world would be a better
Commencing
place.
reload.
But It is what it is. People feel drawn to do things. Sometimes drawn to do things that aren't in best form. But we're getting near the end of this. We were able to mop up those mobile suits very fast. I mean, I'm surprised because I played. It might have been because I played through on like very hard with the gun tank that it was like uh, it was murder. Because I had played through the game so many times. It was probably not very hard. But still, I mean, this is difficult. I mean, I did a couple recordings before this because I was trying to make it cut out all the transition time with the menus and stuff. This mission, I got killed like 5 times. Like it is extremely difficult. I don't know if anybody want to see me like fail repeatedly, but I mean, if you want to see the failures, I can post the failures. I mean, it'd be a little bit longer to edit. Um, but I was just trying to show, you know, some of the success, and to give you, the full picture of each level.
All attack targets destroyed.
But
Objective
it was
achieved.
nice, seeing y'all and talking to you, and hopefully somebody will see it. And if you got some ideas about content, let me know. Comment. I'll take it into consideration. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Y'all take care. Bye.